This is a quick video just to show the parts of the RPM to light controller. We have the control box here, two sets of 9 times 1 watt LEDs, and a rev counter to show the RPM. I have a controller here which is generating pulses to simulate the engine, the ECU generated pulses. Right, I will now turn the power supply on. And you can see that at this moment in time we've got virtually 0 RPM, and we have the left hand bank of lights on. As I increase the speed, you will see that the other banks of light comes on until we get to 7,000 RPM, when it is completely changed over. And oops, the flickering there is because I've got a slight bad connection on the potentiometer I've got here. Built into the controller, we have a test mode and a calibrate mode. To use the demo mode, if I hold down the left blue button and press the reset switch, which is in the middle of the board here, so hold down the button, press the reset button, wait for a few seconds, and it's now in demo mode. You can see that it alternates backwards and forwards between the two sets of lights. You can see also that the LEDs on the board flash in sequence with the main LEDs. To take it out of demo mode, if I press the reset button, and when it comes back on, it's now back in normal mode again, where I can now control the controller. I also have a calibrate mode. To use the calibrate mode, if I press the right hand blue button and press the press and hold, and press the reset button at the same time, you'll notice now that the uppermost LED has come on permanently, and the other LED is flashing. It will flash 7 times, which indicates the maximum RPM, and therefore where the lower set of LEDs is at its minimum level, equates to 7,000 RPM. One flash of the LED equals 4,000 RPM, 2 flashes is 4.5, 3 for 5, etc., etc., all the way up to 7 flashes for 7,000 RPM. To change the upper end of the RPM range, if I hold down the left hand button, you will see that the uppermost LED here will flash once, and it loops round, so it'll go from 7 flashes round to 1 flash, and then from 1 flash to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 again, and then if I keep holding it, it will then loop back round to 1. So if I press and hold this now, right, you will now see that there is only 1 flash. To come out of this, if I now press the reset button, you will see that the LEDs will now start changing over much quicker, and by the time it gets to 4,000 RPM, you will now see that it's completely changed over. I'll just wind that back a few moments. To set it to, say, 5,000 or 5,500 RPM, 5,500 RPM would be 2, 3, 4 flashes. So if I hold the calibrate button, press the reset, and if I now hold the left button, we've now got 2 flashes, 3 flashes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that should now be set to 5,500 RPM. If I now press the reset button, and if I now wind this up to 5,500 RPM, you will notice that it's a little bit flickery there again because of the problem with my controller. Well, actually, it's near a 6. Okay, you can see that it's set a bit higher. If I now do the same thing again, we'll set it back to 7,000 RPM. So I hold the button there, press the reset button. Let's count the flashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why. Well, I'd set it higher than I expected. So we'll now be 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and it should now be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. If I now press the reset button, you'll see that I will now have to wind it all the way up to 7,000 RPM before the lower range of LEDs is completely extinguished. And that's a brief demo of the controller. As you can see, I'll just turn the LED lights off there for a moment. It's all built onto the board here, the single board. To reprogram it, there is a plug in the front here, and if the camera will focus, no it won't. There is a USB port in the front there whereby it can be reprogrammed, and that's it. Put the plug back in there. The cover fits over the top. The wiring, there is a positive and negative supply and a positive and negative to each of the bank of LEDs. The green wire is the pulse that comes in from the ECU that also goes to the tachometer, and that's the RPM to light controller. Thank you.